Ba, 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 ba. Ba-da. Hello and welcome to the Mark Goldbridge channel. New for 2019. I'm going to be doing some stuff on here. Smash a like and subscribe. But I put this out on Twitter at Mark Goldbridge. You can follow me there a couple of days ago. Some people grasped it. I'm hoping more people will grasp it in the future. New for 2019, going for Goldbridge. I am going to select questions each week and answer them. And they can be any question you want. It's a democracy, people. It's a democracy. There's no Brexit in or out here. If you vote the question, it will get answered. And I'm going to do it this week as well. I'm going to combine Twitter and YouTube. So from this week, get your questions in below, and the ones with the most likes will get answered. So this was the format for Twitter that I did a couple of days ago. New for 2019. I got rid of Goldbridge on the spot. It's a crap name. It's now going for Goldbridge. And also, 5 questions voted for by you. The questions with the most likes get answered. Now, I haven't actually been back and prepped for this. I don't believe in any of that. So, surprise, surprise, first question, Ryan. Has DT been behaving himself in your pocket? I mean, I'm not surprised that one's come out. To be honest with you, I'm very bored of it. I'm very, very bored of it. I've blocked him on social media. So you're going to get a bit of juicy stuff now. I blocked him on social media because I'm bored of him. And what you see on Twitter is about 5% of what I get in direct messages. I get shown the videos. I saw the one he did with Robbie the other day. I'm bored to the back teeth of it. There is no rematch. There is no one-to-one. There is no cage match. There is no game of dominoes. There's no game of rock, paper, scissors. Nothing. I am not doing anything with that guy until I get a personal apology from him, which will never happen because he's just not the sort of person to do that. I'm fed up of hearing, oh, I'm going to expose the fraud. Fucking expose me. Expose me, please, because I really am intrigued as to what it is he's got on me, considering I never say anything private about him because I don't agree with it. And there is loads of stuff that gets floated around about him. I don't know whether it's true or not. I can't be asked. Social media, football, the whole shebang, to me, I love it. It's great. It's interactive. And you know I like to do interactive stuff. That's why I'm doing this. But do I take it seriously? Not really. Because I don't know 99.9% of you. I don't know if Ryan at Vintage United is a bloke. It could be Susan from Scotland. I don't know who it is. I just take it for what it is and I enjoy it. But some people who wear caps can't do that. They take it very, very seriously and they take it personally and they gob off like they have for years, and they've lived off that popularity for years where they gob off about people, they dig people out, and then when they get some back, they can't deal with it. At the end of the day, I don't dislike the bloke. I don't live my life like that. I don't hate people. I don't dislike people. I just take people as they are. And some of the reactions I've had on direct messages said about me, about my family and stuff like that, it's not on. Now, he's apologised for it. On the day of the game, he said something about my mum and the CUNT word. And I'm not having that sort of stuff. But he did apologise, that's fine. As far as to be honest with you, I'm bored of it. That's so 2018. I'm looking forward to hopefully playing some games this year. I'm not getting any younger. I want to do some games, but I'll always do it as part of the United Stand with real United Stand members. That's the whole point. If we play Redmen or we play True Geordie's team, at least I know they're going to play. That's the whole point. That's what I want to do. I don't want to play Arsenal Fan TV when it's a load of people trying to build a career in a semi-pro team. That's not what we want to do. So, yes, that's that one answered. DT versus Goldbridge charity fight. What's going to happen for us to see this? Says Liam Martial XI11. No, I'm not interested in a charity boxing match anyway. I don't believe in violence. I've done jobs and I've seen things when I was growing up that I'm not a massive fan of violence. I don't like people solving things by smacking somebody in the face or anything like that. I'm all, if people want to go out and get pumped up in the gym or boxing in a professional sport, that's fine. But me and him going in the ring would be about his gob and hate for me, and I'm not in for that. I don't need to do that. As I said, I'd rather have a running race. A running race. Egg and spoon. We'll do egg and spoon. Here's a good one. Always think clearly. If you were to support any other team in the Premier League, who would it be? Forest aren't in the Premier League, are they? They're not likely to be either. I've always had a soft spot for. I've always had a soft spot for Spurs and Everton. I don't know why. When I was a kid, it's a long story. I'll put it in my autobiography. One of the first kits I ever got was an Everton kit, which was a mistake. It was meant to be the blue Manchester United away kit, and I ended up with the blue Everton kit. I think it was 86. They were both V-necks. But I do like Spurs, and the reason I like Spurs is because the FA Cup used to be a massive thing when I was growing up, and that's probably why I liked Everton as well, because Everton played the '86 FA Cup final, the first FA Cup final and it's very, very hard to remember because I was very, very young, is '85 United. I sort of remember '86, but the FA Cup I most vividly remember was '87, which was Coventry versus Spurs. Now, Coventry's more local to me now. It's only down the road, but I actually wanted Spurs to win. I think they went 1-0 ahead. Clive Allen. I'm doing this off memory now. Clive Allen scored. They went 1-0 up. And then the other goals, I remember Keith Houchin scored a diving header. And I think they won it in extra time with the Gary Mabbott own goal, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so I like Spurs. I like Everton. So it'd probably be one of those two. Yeah. The likes are dwindling now, but there is a 51 there. Mark, do ASMR please, and thanks. I don't even know what that is. ASMR while playing FIFA Ultimate Team. I don't know what it is. I'm probably leaving myself wide open here, but I probably am. De Gea, you guys, says, would you leave the United stand if you were offered a job in the mainstream media, say MUTV or bigger? No, I wouldn't. And I say that in total and utter honesty. I would not do that because the United stand to me is really, really important. And I've been there from the very start with it, so I would always be involved in some capacity. So no, I wouldn't. CFC Daily, I do like them, and I think I actually follow them. They're one of the few Chelsea fans who actually get me. Do you get me? And he says, what's your real opinion on Eden Hazard? So my real opinion on Eden Hazard is that he's not as good as De Bruyne or Salah. And that has been proven over the last 12 months. I actually saw somebody today say, name me a winger who's currently playing, who's had a fundamental part in winning 2 Premier League titles. And I replied, well, Ryan Giggs isn't currently playing, but he's won 13 Premier League titles. Yes, it's in the past, but so's Hazard. You're not going to win a Premier League title with Hazard again, so he may as well be Ryan Giggs, in which case he's a B-Tech fucking Ryan Giggs, because Ryan Giggs was part of 13. Hazard's a good player, but he's 28. He's massively inconsistent. He is one of the best players in the Premier League, but he's not one of the best players in the world. He's not even in the top 5. He's not. I'll give him 3rd in the Premier League behind De Bruyne and Salah, and that's based on the last year. Hazard, over the last 5 to 6 years, you'd have to argue that he's got a case to be one of the best players in the last 5 to 6 years. But I'd still be putting people like Aguero ahead of him over the last 5 or 6 years, to be honest with you. So no, I think that's my issue with Hazard, is this pretense that he's the best player in the world when he's not. Do you trust the club to build? I'm not going to do that. It's only got 4 likes. Who wins in a fight, a lion or a gorilla? Millsy, I would go. That's a bloody good question. I know it's a joke. It's a sort of office sort of Gareth question, isn't it? But who wins in a fight, a lion or a gorilla? I think a gorilla's got to land a quick punch, because if the lion gets in close, it's got claws and a mouth, whereas a gorilla is going to struggle against those claws. I think if a lion got in close, a lion wins, but if a gorilla could land a punch, then but I'd put the lion as a strong favourite, to be honest. Oh, here we go. Oh, Ronan, I don't. Why? Everyone will be saying, please answer that one. Would you ever collaborate with Full Time Devils despite any previous beef? Huge admirer of both fan channels, so it would be great to see if you guys come together. I've offered it so many times, Ronan, they won't do it. They're, whatever. Let's just say that it's not coming from me. I wouldn't bother playing them in a football match, because yet again I think they'd have to do what Arsenal Fan TV does and get a load of ringers in, because I don't think their god pieces are any good at football. I can't imagine them. I give them a game 5-a-side, but I can't imagine them having any players. So no, I think that'd be a massive step down. That'd be like United having a game against Solihull Moors, wouldn't it, or something like that, or Kettering. The standard of us to them is too big. That's not their fault. Arsenal Fan TV can't even get a team. I'm not answering that. I'm just going through questions now for a laugh. How much do you earn from a United stand on average? Why are people obsessed with that sort of thing? Alan Partridge or Ricky Gervais? It's got to be Partridge for me. Although I love The Office. David Brent or Alan Partridge. Bloody hell, that's tough. That's tough. Or Del Boy. Bloody hell. There you go, Cayman. Why would you call it Goldbridge on the spot when you could have called it going for Goldbridge? This is the danger of going through stuff and not checking it. At least I'm not live, but I probably will keep it all in. Where do you think United will be in 5 years from now? Still in Manchester, I would have thought, Ross. Are you really a Nottingham Forest fan? We'll probably be in there. I've watched the United stand from way back. To do it day and day, I have to be a red. You'd go insane otherwise, no matter how much money you make, doing a great job. Look, the Nottingham Forest thing, I get bored of that as well. It's a bit like DT. I'm bored of it. It's so old. It started from... God. Mark, I'm not answering that question either. The Forest thing started from rival United fan channels who were trying to demean what we were doing and trying to sort of... try and ruin what we were doing by, putting a load of crap out there, which in a competitive market, I suppose it's going to happen, but that's where it comes from. I come from Nottingham, but the whole Forest thing comes from fake Photoshop forum posts and all. It's just a load of bollocks, absolute bollocks. It really is boring now. Yeah, Mark, I'm not answering that question. Neither. Liverpool or City, says David. In what sense? I'd rather City win the league than Liverpool, but I've got more respect for Liverpool than City. So, Monkey tennis. What's your earliest memory of United, says Alex San. It probably would be the 85 FA Cup final, which is very, very vague. And you sort of, when you're that young, you don't know what you're mixing up with what you've seen on the telly. And well, obviously what I've seen on the... What a stupid answer to a question. But you know what I mean? What I remember from the time on the telly or what I've seen in previous times. Like I say, the first FA Cup memory I really remember was 87. My first Manchester United game was 89, FA Cup quarter-final. Are you real or a bit like Keith Menon, stroke Alan Partridge, says Tommy Gonzo. Definitely real, mate. Definitely real. Yeah, I don't know where all that nonsense comes from as well. As apparently I'm a scripted character who, before he goes live, writes his jokes out and is actually nothing like this in real life. Well, yeah. Beggars have got to beg, haven't they? They're just begging for it not to be true, but unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, it is true. I am genuine. What would your ultimate United dream team? Let's stop it there. Anyway, get your comments in below. Get your questions in below. If people like this, I will do it again. I've got some ideas for shows this year, so do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And the way it's going to work is I will put a tweet out on Twitter later on today at Mark Goldbridge for next week's show. But if you're watching on YouTube, get your questions in below, and the person with the most likes on YouTube for their comment or question or Twitter will get read out. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all soon.